Hi, I'm Desmond Manabat, and you're watching the Marcus Deegan Show.
The Marcus Deegan Show. What's the story, guys? Welcome to another episode of the pod. I'm your host, Marcus Deegan, shooting from Sin City. Everyone says, why do you always keep telling everyone that you shoot from Sin City? Well, because I do, and it's the greatest place on freaking earth. And if you haven't been here, you need to get here. And if you haven't been here, then you need to shush because you don't know what you're talking about. Come to Vegas, experience what I experience every day. And by the way, I'm shooting right next door to the UFC Apex. So if I want to run across there and get smacked in the head really early in the morning to wake myself up, I do that. Come over here and have a couple of bumps with George. No, a couple of cups of coffee with George. And then we get straight into the podcast. Thank you for joining us once again. If you are listening on Spotify, which actually now you can view on Spotify in 4K crisp, clear quality, The Marcus Deegan Show, or YouTube. Guys, we're trying to build the YouTube channel up, so I'm please asking if you can like, share, subscribe. Look, we put in a lot of effort into the studio and this amazing content that we put out. We don't ask to pay for it. We just ask for a bit of support. Thanks for joining us. It's Saturday morning here. It's fight day. There's a lot to talk about. You know, so when I prepare for my guests, you know, I'll sit at home and I'll learn about them and I'll write a few things down. And I'm pretty good when it comes to, you know, putting together a bunch of really great facts. And then, of course, my guest sends me a bunch of notes this morning, so to speak, that just blew mine out of the way. So I'm gonna run over those a little bit later on in the podcast because the accolades are just tremendous, and there's a few things in there that I want to get into this young man's head and find out about. So I'm really happy to have him on the show, and I've got to be honest, I don't really know too much about this young man, but that's going to change. Would you welcome to the podcast? I like Desmond's name, Desi Fresh. What's the story, brother?
I got that in high school.
How?
You know that Rihanna song, Shine Bright Like a Diamond?
Yeah.
Like, someone just, like, reminded me of it, and it's like, oh, you're Desi Fresh.
Is that your walkout song?
No. It's like my walkout song is like, We Don't Play by Styles P usually. Or like.
By who?
Styles P.
Styles P.
That's new to me.
Yeah, that's new to me, mate.
He's one of the one of the members of the Locks. So I don't know if you guys heard of them.
Nah, haven't heard of him either. I'm an old man.
So the Locks were like to my opinion, one of the greatest rap groups ever. It's Styles P, Jadakiss, and Sheek Louch. They were part of like that Bad Boy era and then Rough Rider era too, which like the music I grew up on as a kid.
How old are you?
25.
Yeah, see, I got to get, you know, I don't normally like to ask people's their age off the bat, but I had another young man that was 25 years old on the podcast the other day, and when he did reveal his age to me, I was completely blown away. I had no idea that he was that old because he was so mature and so put together and so well spoken. It was good to see from the generation of what should we say, dickheads that we have these days in this generation. You can answer that. So, where do you get your fighting spirit from, bro? What makes you want to do what you do?
I'm just since a kid, I've just been super hyper competitive in everything I do. So even if we're just playing like a simple game like pickleball, like my brother beat me in pickleball like 10-2. And like I still lose sleep over that shit. So
you still lose sleep?
I still lose sleep because like losing to him, he's the most unathletic one out of all of my brothers, and so like losing to him it irritates me. So
that's where it started. Then I'd say you just clicked on it. Then brothers, how many brothers do you have?
I have three. I'm the oldest one.
So you're the oldest one.
Yeah.
So does any of them take after you? Do they all want to be like their big brother?
I don't think so. They're all different in their respective ways. Like my brother Desmond Manabat, he's really big in the poetry scene right now.
Nice.
And so he has a show coming up in Salt Lake, I believe on next week. I believe Sunday.
Nice. Oh, one of those where they get up and they say beautiful poetry in front of crowds. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah, his poetry is very like that. His poetry makes me cry.
Nice.
So.
Well, that's two sides of the spectrum, isn't it? One brother kicks ass for a living, the other one tells poetry. Yeah.
And then the third one, he used to be a high-level gymnast, and then the youngest one, he's 12. So he does swim, engineering.
So talent runs in the family then.
Yeah.
You guys are Hawaiian, right?
Filipino Mexican with a little bit of a aloha influence.
It's funny. Sometimes I get confused with the tattoos because the Polynesian tattoos and the Filipino tattoos, they all look very, very similar. Like that looks kind of Samoan, Polynesian, and then there's the Kiwi ones, but they're all beautiful tattoos.
Yeah, if you know anything about like Filipino history, so before the Spaniards took over, the third wave of that was the Polynesians.
Right.
So they used to call us like the painted people when we were at war with them. So like that has a lot of influence. But since the Spaniards took over, that's kind of been like a little bit of a lost history. But our generation now is kind of bringing it back to light.
I have a lot of Filipino friends. I really like my Filipino brothers and sisters. I dated a Filipino girl once.
How's that?
She was crazy. She was batshit crazy.
Well, Desmond, tell him about your mom.
My mom's,
Hey.
my mom.
Okay, that wasn't a mother joke. He was,
No.
Hey, man, tell us about your mom, bro.
Hey, listen. Desmond is very open. His mom is one of the most awesome people in the world.
Yeah.
She's
With a little bit of crazy in it.
My mom's Mexican, so she's fucking insane.
Oh, well, my fiance is Mexican, so yeah, I can attest to that.
Yeah, but it's saying in a good way. They love you. Want the best for you.
And we'll take care of you and look after you big time. There's nothing like a Latino mom or a Latino wife to take care of their man, because that's what they really do.
Yeah.
So, man, I was reading a bunch of the stuff that you sent me, and I thought it was really great that you've done so many things in your young life, 25 years. Nominated for Knockout of the Year. That, by that flying knee, that has to feel good. Is there a plaque for that? Do you have a T-shirt for that? Did you get a tattoo that says, read this fucker before you mess with me? Because Knockout of the Year by a flying knee, what a sensational accolade.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, sometimes I forget that happened because I'm just so like in the present.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay, so you don't think about the past?
Like it happened.
And you probably don't think about the future either, right?
I try not to think so far ahead. I like to have like a timeline of things.
Yeah.
But I try not to think too far ahead.
Yeah, that sounds very, very similar to me. For most of my, and it kind of changes when you get a little bit older, that for most of my life, I just lived in the present, in the moment, and never thought for 1 second that I'd be sitting here at 53 when I was having these thoughts at 30, just fucking living in the moment and just being an absolute maniac and not even thinking it for a second. So even though I'd say you do feel that way now, which is a good way to feel, that may change in the future. But just circling back to what I was saying, yeah, the knockout, great achievement, right? So you're 3-3 and currently on a 2-win fight streak. And both of those were by knockout too, right? One was the trip with the ground and pound, and the other one was the head kick.
The trip with the ground and pound, that one went to decision.
Right.
And then the last one I just had by knockout in the first round.
And you've only been doing this since 2016, right?
Right, yeah. But I had like a karate background since I was 5.
Right.
So like martial artist my whole life.
Yeah.
But when track and field wasn't working out, I just decided to do it. I said, fuck it.
You're Vegas born and bred?
Yeah.
You were probably born at Sunrise Hospital, right?
Fuck, I don't even remember.
So, okay. But, so this is what you would call, in sense, a bio, right? A biography that you would have on your website or on your, your inspirations, your aspirations, your achievements, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things that people can look at. But one thing that it kind of broke my heart a little bit here when I read this. And, first of all, you're also fighting in different weight categories, which is also impressive. And we're going to talk about that, how it feels to be smashing people at 145. But it says here that the 145 title that you had won it after your dad unexpectedly passed away. Chokes me up even saying it. Passed away due to COVID. I'm just curious to know, that's a really personal thing to have on your bio. What inspired you to want to share that with people? Because to me, not only does it show someone that's incredibly strong in the mind, but, someone that really loved their father a lot as well. What was your main inspiration to having that in your bio?
I guess the main one was I share both of his names. So Ernell being my middle name and then obviously the last name. But sharing that is just, everyone wants to share the highlights and like the glitz, the glamour, but like to me that's not real. My dad passing away, I easily could have just pulled out of that fight. No one would have said anything. But I already signed the contract, and then he taught me at a very young age, like be a man of your word, have integrity. And I kind of already went through something like that similar where I had a breakdown when my aunt passed away when I was young.
You were close to her?
Yeah, she was like a second mom to me.
Right, yeah.
But
That was your first person you'd ever experienced dying?
No, I've been dealing with that since like 7, 8. The first one I can remember was my cousin's first girlfriend. She died at like 18.
It's a lot for a young man to have to bear at such a young age. So do you saying that you, like when that happened to Dad, and I know it's a rough thing, you kind of stepped up and had to be the man of the family then?
I want to say, honestly, because through that whole situation, it was like a shit show going on. The youngest brother was in the hospital. The fucking dogs are dying. My dad's in the UMC.
Oh,
like,
dude.
It was just like all three. And then my Saints lost that day. So I was like, bro,
Oh, my man, fuck the Saints. God damn it. They had to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was just, he died that Friday. Because through that whole process, they were just telling us, like, he's doing better. And he's got to be on a ventilator. And then the day he died, they told us to come in because, like, he's probably not going to make it. And then the shittiest part about it was, like, I can't even, like, touch him or hold his hand. Because during those times, like, everything had to be, like, distance. Especially in the hospitals. Like, they had put a glass wall up. And so it was just me, my mom, and the second brother. And then we were just cracking jokes. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know he still grow hair at the time. Like, because he was bald, like, since I'd known him. But he was growing, like, hella hair. So I was like, oh, why don't you just grow it out?
Yeah. I lost my dad at the same time.
I'm sorry.
And I know what you mean by the whole not being able to touch, because it leaves a sense of unfinished business. You didn't get to kiss or hug your dad before. And it was the same for me. I couldn't go home to Australia because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get that either. So I can definitely empathize with you. Of course, I sympathize with you as well, because it's hard to go through at a young age. But I suppose just know that you did that. You didn't pull out of that fight. You could have pulled out of that fight. Most people would have pulled out of that fight, okay? Most people would have.
I was actually pissed when the promotion I was fighting for found out that he died, because it was just like, because if I had lost, I didn't want that to be the reason.
Yeah.
Like, oh, is he there mentally? Or like, oh, he just, because I also had COVID too. So,
Yeah.
like, I didn't even really have a camp. I kind of was just running, sparring as much as I could. And I was like, and I was in like some shoulder injuries as well too.
So do you think, like, in a sense, that your dad passing away like that kind of gave you some strength? Because my dad just died. Fucking COVID's not going to fucking get me. Camp's not going to get me. There's nothing you can do to fucking hurt me now. It's all been done. Fucking throw whatever at me and I'm still going to fucking beat yous. Do you reckon it gave you a bit of that spirit?
No, it was more of him always telling me chase my dreams, and then, no matter what happens, like, still go after it. Because he always told me at a young age, like, don't be like him. Like, if you're gonna chase your dreams, like, do it all the way. Don't be like me and half-ass it. Because then he ended up having a family. He couldn't really, like, he had priorities, like, he had to take care of, so he couldn't really put himself aside and just chase the dreams. He put us first.
Sounds like a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe your dad and my dad right now know that this podcast is going on, and they're getting together on the other side going, look at our sons down. Look at our sons down there. Fuck, every time I start doing this podcast, I just said to Lana before, George, what's going on with me? Like, I'm getting so emotional in my old age, and I don't even drink alcohol.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty emotional, though, man. Like, that's pretty similar, Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like...
It's good, though.
It's okay to cry, Marcus.
No.
Like, I cry all the time, bro.
Yeah.
I just do it in the car or the shower.
Yeah.
You're doing it live on a podcast. It's okay.
Pulled up in the corner. No, but I've had, look, I suppose it's just human nature, and I had a podcast not long ago, the one that actually you just released for me yesterday, George, and the two young dudes that I had on, which are fucking badass fighters, their dads had passed away. And then that's how they got close together. And then when they came on my podcast and all three of us talked about it, it actually is healing to talk about things like that.
Oh, for sure.
You can't keep that kind of stuff in, right?
You can't, like, because other people just either drink their feelings away, or like end up doing hardcore drugs instead of like talking about it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, as men specifically, we don't like to talk about things.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe like ego.
There's a stigma that we're supposed to be a certain way, and fuck, if you don't live up to that as a man, it can definitely have some psychological issues when you're not living to that standard of what a man is supposed to be. Who do you look up to? Like, and I know you've sent them to me, but name a couple of people that really just inspire the fuck out of you, and you just go, yes.
Kobe Bean Bryant is the first one.
Oh, how was that for you, man? There's another fucking devastating loss to the world.
I remember where I was at when he died, man. Like, I was at work, and then someone had told me, and then I was just crying, like, on stand, because I was lifeguarding at the time. Just crying on stand. And then I believe, like, Nipsey Hussle died that same year, too, cried. And then DMX passed, bro. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah. Like, who passed away that made you cry, George?
It was at the time I was young. Michael Jackson kind of threw me through a loop because I was just starting to like listen to music a lot, and I was like, "Damn, this can happen," you know. So that one was pretty bad. Oh man, as far as like deaths go, to me, when I see like celebrities pass, I'm always like a little like hurt by it, but it's the family ones for me that really resonate and stick out the most.
But you've still got both your parents there, right?
I do. Knock on wood.
God bless.
Yes. But the grandparents, the Hispanic families really take care of one another like later in life. Very important. So like I always get more attached to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kobe Bryant I was in California when that one happened. I actually wasn't too far from where it was at, and I got the news. I was like, whoa. Legend, man.
Legend.
Inspire.
Louis Anderson was a tough one for me because he was a buddy of mine for many years. Good old Louis. But hey, if you believe in what I believe in, this is just a semi-permanent part of our existence, guys. We're actually spirit testing out being human. This isn't who we are. We all know that, right? There's more to this flesh than us to it. There's more to it. This isn't the end. This is literally just the beginning, really. And if you look at it like that, it can be rather exciting. And I believe we'll all see each other in the future. Anyway, let's change the subject. Let's get to some fucking knockouts.
You ready to watch this one?
Yeah, I want to watch it. So can you just, which clip, you can see the clip there. Can you just set this clip up before we play it there, Desi Fresh? You can see it on the computer right there that's in front of Jorge.
I'm going to play from the walkout.
Okay.
I'll play the music low.
Wow. Was he trying to intimidate you there?
I didn't even see that he had that mask before. Everyone said he did, but I guess.
Nice. Nah, he had nothing for you. Nice leg kick, falls over, gets straight up straight away. Switch your stance. I like how you switch your stance. Circles around. Flying knee. Good night. It's all over. He jumps in the knee, connects right on the jaw. He's out. Good night, sweetheart. His mother's crying in the audience right now. The Filipino take his accolades. Look at this young man go. That's how I'd be doing it. Yeah. I love it. Nice.
Shout out to Fitness Junkies for going out there fucking filming that shit right there, brother. That was dope. We actually got to film that whole night, Marcus. And we filmed him in his fight camp as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was like a surreal moment for like the Junkies brand, you know. We didn't have Fight Junkies at the time. That's why it was on Fitness Junkies.
So you were there?
Yeah, me and Austin. We were both filming. We filmed Desmond in the back. I'll pull up that little segment.
So how does it feel when you watch that, Desi Fresh? Once again, you don't live in the past, right?
I don't know, man. Like, it feels good. Don't get me wrong, but like,
let's
I don't know. It's like whatever.
It's like on to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I am who I say I am, so I'm not really surprised.
Yeah, that's good. I love that attitude. I fucking love it because, you know, there's not. I mean, let's think about who's got some flying knee knockouts in their mixed martial arts career that are in the big leagues. Well, for one, obviously Jorge Masvidal. He's got the most iconic one. Who else was there? I think that
Dan Hooker has some crazy knee knockouts.
Yep, I think Anderson Silva had a couple good ones too, and also Johnny Walker. Mm-hmm. he's a tall, very tall, large-kneed, long-legged man. So, having one of his knees crunching into your head is no joke.
Yeah.
What do we got here now, Georgie baby?
Oh, so we had the flying knee.
The flying knee, and then there was
Austin the last one? No.
No.
It was Kobe.
No, that was my pro debut.
What's your if someone says to you, hey, show me one of your fights, which one do you always show them? Is there one particular one that stands out to you? I know it's nothing special, but is there one particular one? Like, I have a particular podcast that I love, even though they're all fucking sensational. There's there's three, but apart from that, it's just all Yahoo. Which is one of your favorites?
Probably either the 35 title fight when I was an amateur or my amateur debut.
Or the
amateur debut I lost.
But it's still one of your favorite fights.
Yeah, because that was the arrogant kid.
This one?
Who wanted,
this it?
Yeah.
Now, how long did that fight go for?
It was like 2 rounds. That's when I had the braids in. I think I was like 18, 19.
So what promotion is this under? Oh, yeah, I know this guy. This is Tough Enough, right?
Yeah, that's Uncle Bernard.
Yeah.
Uncle Justin.
Yep. He's from the Philippines as well, isn't he?
Nah, he pump faked that shit. He's Hawaiian. But
so he said he was Filipino?
He inferred that he was Filipino, but then I asked him about it. He's like, nah, bro, I'm from Hawaii. I was like, bro, you making me think you're Filipino this whole time.
Yeah, I like the Tough Enough promotion.
I did too.
Yeah, I like the Tough Enough promotion. I really do. They've got their. I wish they do a lot more events.
Yeah, it's hard. They were trying to do one in January, but everyone was like, "Oh, the holidays."
Yeah, right. All right, here we go. So this is the young man in the dreads right here.
Yeah, it was like 6 months off of training.
You had 6 months off?
No, like 6 months of training. Sorry.
Oh, 6 months of training. And when did you? What do you think it was that gave him the advantage over you in this fight?
Experience.
Oh, nice. Just experience. So he caught you with that right hand there, but you took him down. That was great. A lot of power on top. Gets into half guard and then tries to. Nice. Was he strong to you?
Yeah, man. I was like, oh fuck, this guy's strong as shit.
Now that was going to be my question. When did you realize? Hang on a minute. This guy's a bit stronger than I thought.
Like, right here.
Right
but
here.
I also didn't know what I was doing for real either. Like.
So hang on. So this is your first fight ever.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Here we go. This is the. I mean, come on. Don't.
But
you know what?
To want to show it.
But you know what it is, though, guys? This is what people don't understand, and I'm sure that you'll agree with me on this one. This is all fucking experience in the ring. Mm-hmm. You need this. You have to have this. Me, on the other hand, I just sit behind a fucking desk and talk to people. What do I know? So how was your cardio in this? Like, when did you start feeling the heart really racing?
After the first round. I had like an adrenaline dump.
Yes. Now, how do you control that as an athlete?
Right now, just the conditioning aspect, like the sparring sessions.
Oh, that was nice, Des. Come on, mate. Head kick followed down with the fucking right hand. Beautiful.
Back to his feet. That was a big kick to the head, though.
That seems like it's one of your fucking big weapons that you got there, young man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Manabat, though, unfazed by that, still pressing forward. Looking to scoop that leg.
So we're gonna talk about that. What part of the leg hit is to hit what part of the head to ooh.
Tries to elevate, does.
Nice little scramble.
Yeah, that was.
But he turns really nicely while he has his
Nice. I mean, listen, you showed a lot of overall skill in this first fight of yours. You showed a lot. Good stand up, good ground game. Great work with the legs.
Second round was about to be like shit cardio and like cracks under pressure.
I'm trying to build it up over here, and Mr. Humble is just tearing himself down. But it's good. I like the humility, and I like that you can look back and laugh on it. And anyone that likes to take the piss or make fun out of someone that does this for a living has never done this for a living.
Yeah.
Because people don't fucking make fun of other people that are in this industry, right?
I ended up in the ER that night.
After this,
Yeah.
What was the injury?
They took me in because I also didn't know how to cut weight, really.
Oh,
And so I was
okay.
like dehydrated too. So they gave me an IV in the ambulance, and then while I was in there, I was like, do I really want to do this? And then once I got like liquids in me, I was like, yeah, fuck it. Like, I was like pissed when I walked in. I was like, this is bullshit. Because he was out on his feet the first round.
Yeah. Yeah, you did well that first round. So you're a bit tired here, young Desmond.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would have, if that had a land, nice. Oh, nice. Look at
What?
that.
Wait, hold
Whoa,
on.
That was,
What the fuck?
was that what they call that a question? Was that a reverse question mark kick?
No, it was like a front side heel kick.
Front side. Oh,
my-
beautiful.
Jesus.
Really, really good, man.
Right there.
Missed anything about Taekwondo, but that was a very Taekwondo style kick that he just threw.
Yeah, and then lost right here. And then mount, I worked on like the very next week. You'll see it right here.
Good ground and pound game.
Yeah, he hit hard like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Showing a lot of heart and getting the
I mean, you've done really, really well. Like, I can see why it's your favorite fight because it was an all round. You know, submissions were tried, takedowns were tried. What were you trying to do here? Just fucking,
Get him at triangle.
yeah.
creeping his legs down.
But I was too
You were
too
too-
close
Yeah, right.
right there. And then
Nice job staying in top position. Now
Yeah.
he's got full mount. This is a bad spot for Manabat.
yeah, see.
Did he pronounce your name right?
Raining down.
Kinda. They pronounce it like the American version, which is fine.
Watching closely. Manabat
Right
is
there.
taking a lot of punches. And that
Yeah.
is the end, ladies and gentlemen.
But hey, listen, he won the fight, but I don't think he fucking beat you, my guy. There's a huge difference.
For sure.
Do you agree with me on that,
Oh my
George?
God, the live odds would definitely be in your favor, my friend.
Fuck yeah. That was amazing, bro. Wow, I'm fucking impressed. Really, I am. You have a huge future. What's the goal?
I have a lot of goals. Like I want to be a pay-per-view star, like Manny was, like but for MMA. Obviously, there's a big wave of Filipinos like coming into combat sports, like slowly but surely. I feel like we're gonna, like Brazilians or like Russians. There's always like that one trend. I feel like Filipinos are gonna sneak up on everybody, and then we're just gonna take over. Honestly, help out the city of Las Vegas as much as I can. And then show the kids that you could really do anything, even though like you come from the city.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people just get stuck in either the party lifestyle, hotel gigs.
You don't party?
Not anymore. I got that out when in high school.
You don't drink?
Not really.
Smoke weed?
Occasionally, but more of an edible guy. It's more for sleep because I have trouble sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a girlfriend?
Oh,
And you still see all your family when you're here?
yeah, they're all out here.
Yeah. How's your mum when it comes to you fighting?
She fucking hates it.
Mum, I always ask this question because I'm always curious to know the mothers like seeing their born sons being belted in them. But I mean, fucking seeing a fight like that was really, really impressive.
Nah, she hates it. Like, cause I didn't come up like we grew up like, very middle class, and she's a teacher, so she like dug her way out of poverty through education and through like the schooling system and all that. And so when I told her I wanted to fight, she was just like, "Why?" I was like, "Man, you're just mad. I don't have to go to college, and like I could do this shit because I could be the best at it." And this is before I had a fight. Like, it's just me talking out my ass and just believing in myself.
So you believe that anyway?
Yeah, like I wouldn't do it if I didn't believe I could do it.
Where do you get that mindset from? Is it just natural? Just come? Do you even have to force it? You just automatically have that mindset?
Yeah, just the competitiveness.
The
Like,
competitiveness, yeah, that's right. Because a lot of people have to work on that. Like mindset is something that you have to. It's a skill, believe it or not. It's not just a thought; it's a skill, and you seem to have that. And I find that guys that have gone through a bit of trauma, younger in life, and then want to make something of themselves, tend to have a stronger mindset and achievement goals. Something about pain that's very strengthening,
no, for sure. It's the right amount. Or just coming up as a kid, it was always when I was doing like karate tournaments. It was like I was always shorter. Like they were like, "Oh, he's not strong, fast." And I always beat him.
Yeah.
So it was just like that. But what really clicked, it was like when I was 16, 17, there was like this weird combat sambo thing that we did. It was a random tournament. Like this is a weird rule, like weird rule set.
Yeah.
But I think that what got it started, and she saw that, and then she was just like, "Nah."
Yeah. So How long do you think it's going to take you? When do you plan on getting in? When do you plan on fighting in the UFC?
I'm just taking my time right now, honestly.
Does Dana know who you are? Has he seen you at all? Have you sent any of your stuff to him?
Nah, I doubt he knows who I am for real.
Yeah, there's a lot of talented mixed martial artists, but hey, you're in the right place for it, right?
No, for sure.
As far as opportunity goes, you're in the right fucking place. And I like what Dana says. If you want something, you just go get it and take it. Fucking fuck the world. It's yours. You own it. You know what I mean? Like this place is there's too much opportunity here in Las Vegas, especially for what you do, bro. That you couldn't be in a better place. You got to look at it like that. Do you look at it like that?
No, I definitely look at it like that. Like fight capital of the world.
Yep.
Like kind of just fell in it, and then it just worked out in my favor, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it must be. It's exciting times for someone your age, you know, young. And when I say your age, I only say it like that now because I'm fucking 53, George. And he could be my son. Matter of fact, you could be my son.
You've lived our life twice and 3 years.
Right.
So like we respect it. Like I think there's certain people in our generation that we just don't want to repeat history. You know, like we see a lot of like patterns that you don't want to fall into, and that's why I think it comes a little more naturally to us. We saw it all the time, like on our phones. Like as much bad shit as there is, there's just as much motivational, positive stuff that can, you know.
And that's what you have to focus on, right?
Direct your life,
And strong community too. I feel like is a big help.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Is there a strong community here, a Filipino community here in Las Vegas?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What kind of Filipino? What's like a dish? Filipino dish.
There's a lot of dishes.
What's your favorite one?
I like chicken adobo.
Chicken adobo.
Yeah, it's like vinegar. It's like the vinegar, basil leaves. Like it's just nice.
Yeah.
Honestly, pork adobo's fire too.
Do you speak Tagalog?
No, I'm fucking ass at both the sides of that. I don't speak Tagalog. I don't speak Spanish. I just grew up here in the desert. Barely speak English.
You barely speak English. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
I speak a lot of Ebonics, but I can turn it on and off.
Yeah. Do you go to the fights when you're here, or do you just prefer to watch them at home?
I prefer to watch them at home. Like MMA fans, kind of the worst people on earth. Like I went to
I'm not allowed to talk about them anymore because I get destroyed online. Actually, I don't get destroyed online as much anymore as I used to. So thank you to all the fans that don't hate me like they used to. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I know what you mean, bro.
Man, they're like, look, I appreciate the love and support, but I went to Colby Covington versus what's his, Jorge Masvidal. The amount of shit that was said in that crowd is fucking insane.
Speaking of that, that's a good segue into yesterday's press conference. So there was a couple of cases circling back to Colby Covington. In martial arts, in those kind of press conferences, and I'm sure you've done them as well, is there a line? Is there a line that you should draw? Or is part of the game mentally fucking with your opponent to get that edge?
There's a line. I don't like this religion, family, wife, kids.
Which literally gets nearly crossed by everybody.
I wouldn't say so. I mean, Gervonta Davis and Rolly, they sold a lot. They didn't talk about each other's wife and kids. They just talked about how each other's they would beat their ass. So I mean, Conor and Khabib, I wouldn't have crossed that line. Yesterday's press conference wouldn't cross that line.
Yeah, well, with Dricus Duplessis onto Sean Strickland, or what Colby Covington said?
What Kobe said of Leon. I think that was like a real piece of shit move. I think Kobe's just a piece of shit in general, though.
See, I think is he, or is it just an act? Because
regardless, a desperate man, he's desperate for attention, obviously, because he can't sell a fucking fight. Like, so he has to do a bunch of things to, like. So
I'm gathering you're not a fan of Colby Covington.
No, like I'm a fan of his.
He's going down tonight, bro.
No, like I hope. Look, I respect Kobe's skill set. What he did to Robbie Lawler is fucking insane. Like nobody has done that to Robbie Lawler ever. But just as like a human being, like where the fuck is your integrity as a man? You know?
Yeah.
Here's I didn't see the part where so was it not in the post conference?
No, it was in the press conference. He was like, "I'm gonna send you."
Was this?
No, it wasn't that.
Okay.
So you didn't hear what was said, George?
He basically said, "I'm gonna send you to hell." He was like,
"Oh yeah, that's where he was in the costume."
Yeah.
Okay, this was his like little segment yesterday. He gave his thoughts on it. I'm actually interested to see here. We're trying to turn you into a Colby Covington fan, Desmond.
That'll never happen.
You know, let's see if we can do something here.
What about all the victims of the harm that Leon's father did to them? He was a sex trafficker. He was a drug lord.
Oh, this is pretty bad.
He killed people. The guy's a scumbag. Why would I feel bad for that? I have no sympathy for that guy. What about all the victims' families that live on right now, that have to live through all the things that he did to them, how he tormented those people? So, no, I don't feel bad for him. The truth hurts. And that's why people hate me, because I'm not scared. I'm not afraid to say the truth. And you know, the truth is what always stings the worst.
Oh,
I mean, the truth was he's about to get cut because his fucking fighting style was boring as fuck.
Yeah. What's the thing with he hasn't beat a fighter under 35 in like 10 years?
Bro, he's not a finisher. He's a grinder, which is fine. But like the whole reason that whole shit, or he started talking shit, because he's about to get cut, and so that's why in that Brazil, he started talking mad shit about Brazil as a country, whether it's true or not. Like, fuck, bro, you're in Brazil. Like, if I come to someone's home country, I'm not gonna fucking talk shit about the people. Fucking when I even make it back to the airport.
And then he hits him with the. He said, "I was in character here at this at the face-off."
Okay.
You can't backtrack the statement.
Okay, yeah, but let's take. So he acknowledges that he said a fucked up thing, right?
Agreed.
So if your father's passed away, regardless of what it is, and both the men sitting here have had that happen to us, if someone says something about your dad, would you lose your fucking shit? Because I know I would.
No, I might jump him in the back.
Yeah.
Like, or like somebody, like, I don't know, man. Like, just don't do that type of shit.
Yeah. This would have been a good time for me to pull out my flick knife, but I left it in the car.
Oh, Marcus is exposed right now.
I have a beautiful. No, I was only saying that my good friend who is in the police force gave it to me as a gift when he came on the podcast. But so Las Vegas, UFC 296. We got a lot of people on the card, so let's talk about this one first. Let's talk about Paddy the Baddy, yeah. Paddy the Baddy. Now, let me tell you what I found from Paddy the Baddy this weekend from watching him in his interviews. I think that he has toned it down a little bit due to he got a lot of hate from, the way that he kind of portrays himself by the public. They don't like it. I noticed this time he seemed a lot more calmer. He's going up against El Kukui. When it comes to experience, Tony's got him. When it comes to just brutal toughness, Tony's got him. When it comes to someone that can absorb pain and keep moving forward, Tony's got him. When it comes to youth, obviously it comes in the form of this young man right here. Paddy's had a year off, healing that ankle injury. Tony's had a 6-fight lose streak. So there's disadvantages coming in on both sides. On your opinion, where do you think this fight goes?
I think Paddy either knocks him out or submits him. Personally.
Just strength-wise, or do you just think that...
Skill-wise, Tony hasn't been the same since his ass cut weight twice in a month. You remember that?
I do.
Yeah. I don't know why he did that, but...
And that was not long after he tripped over the wire and fucked his leg too, remember?
Yeah. But he hasn't been the same since he fought Justin Gaethje, for real.
Do you think it mentally has affected him?
Oh, for sure. But if I'm giving him some leeway, all the guys he has lost to were either title contenders, were in title contention, or the champion at one point in time.
But what do you give him?
Except Bobby Green, but yeah.
Who's another one of my favorite fighters as well. What do you? Unfortunately, that last fight of Bobby's didn't go down too well. One of the worst stoppages in MMA history. But
oh my god, that was so terrible.
This is jumping back and forth between. So what do you got up there, Jorge?
Oh no, this was just
you were just doing a little
the Paddy Pimblett, Tony Ferguson little.
Which way do you think that's going to go, George?
I of course know which way this is going to go. There's no way Paddy loses this fight. And this is, I don't like try to censor myself on it. I say this, the WWE contract signing really puts my mind into like the UFC does have control over like who they want to win. And Paddy's had a couple of fights that it's like
close to arguably he didn't win that last fight.
He's like, you won that? You know what I mean? So I think this fight goes the distance, and I think it goes back to scorecard fuckery. I think it's going to be another one of like the storyline of like, man, this dude just keeps getting by. And like Sugar Sean, though, he might just get that big opportunity and, make that leap.
Yeah, he's got to throw sand in his face first, though.
Isn't that funny? But don't you love that about Tony? God bless him. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, he's a little bit, how would you put it in the most respectful way? A little odd, a little bizarre. But for crying out loud, aren't we all? I ain't the sanest person in the fucking world. Look at my set. It looks like the bedroom of a fucking 12-year-old boy.
It's all right.
So who else we got? Let's talk about...
Shavkat.
Oh, yeah,
and
and Wonder Boy. Now, being a karate guy, I'm sure that Wonder Boy is definitely one of your favorite athletes as well. Do you like Wonder Boy?
I like Wonder Boy. I like watching Wonder Boy. I wouldn't say he's my favorite, though.
I think being a karate guy.
It's cool. It's cool to see, like, that style work, but you also see, like, the deficiencies in it, too, like, with that bladed stance.
Yeah.
Like, when he fought-
Opens you up a bit.
Yeah. When he fought Darren Till, those, like, knee stomps, and then you can't defend shots as well. But I mean, when he's on,
Yeah, but one hell of a nice guy. If you've ever met Wonder Boy, it's like, is this guy for real? Is he really that sweet?
He's almost 40 though, right?
He is 40.
Oh, he is 40? Yeah. I mean, he's still fighting at a high level, so.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely one. So what about Cody Garbrandt?
Cody Garbrandt in the prelims taking on Brian Kelleher.
Okay.
I think that should be a good fight for Cody.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to Cody. I was always, Cody was always one of my favorite fighters. I always thought that his style, his speed, and his power for such a fucking 135, right?
Yeah.
Just a lot of power and just really a lot of skill. And when he fought Dominic Cruz, and that was just, and unfortunately the TJ Dillashaw thing. But I was always a huge Cody fan, so I hope he does well. I'm not too sure. Is Brian? Is
Andre
he
Feely's fighting on that one too.
Who is?
Andre Feely.
Oh yeah, he's a Filipino guy, right?
No, he's Samoan.
Samoan.
Oh, he is yadded, this dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that kid. Oh yeah,
Look at
great
that art.
tattoos, ripped.
Yeah, it's gonna look great on camera.
Fuck yeah, it will. Yeah.
And then Lucas Alameda. Oh, I see. That's a name I've heard too.
Yeah, I've heard Alameda before. See, the thing is that the beauty of the UFC in combat sports, well, not the beauty of it if you're in the kind of industry that I'm in, when you have to remember every single person's name and weight class, it's a damn impossibility, right, George?
Oh, Marcus, they know. They know, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's even tough to remember the top 15 because there's just so many divisions.
And even pronouncing some of those names is hard enough, right? And who else have we got that's a standout on that?
Casey O'Neill.
Oh, yeah. She's Australian/Scottish girl that fights under Extreme Couture out here in Las Vegas.
9-1.
She's amazing. Who's she fighting? The Spanish girl?
She's fighting a chick from Brazil. She's fighting Ariana Lipski. Lipski does not sound like a Brazilian last name.
It sounds German.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, no. And then I'm
There's
obviously
another one. Oh yeah,
The
was it
title-
Brandon Royval?
Yeah, and then also Brandon Moreno will be stepping in if something happens. Well, obviously the fight is going through now.
how late would you know? Do you know that?
They would know now probably if something was happening. I'd
Yeah.
say if he was sick or if he injured or something like that, they'd probably know now. But hey, you never know, right? He could trip fucking walking into the arena.
Yeah, or be like Robert Whitaker with like that stomach shit.
Yeah.
So who do you have? Pantoja or Royval?
Oh, I got Royval.
Yeah,
Royval's
I'll-
a fucking dog, bro.
Yeah, I mean, the champ, arguably you could say the champ because he's the champ. I don't really know too much about, but what I do know about Brandon is exactly what you just said. He's fucking nuts. He's a dog. He moves forward.
He's got the best nickname though.
What's the nickname?
Raw Dog.
Raw dog. No shit.
Dead ass.
That's going to be electric with Bruce Buffer voice behind it.
No.
Oh, is he going to announce it as that
Yeah,
tonight?
I think so.
Brandon.
Raw dog! I hope he throws a fucking pump as he does that.
Yeah.
One hand behind his back like that. Raw dog!
Or like he's taking off a condom.
Sorry, mate. I told you it was going to be a little unconventional.
like he's taking off a condom. That'd be good.
What? All right, what do we got? So let's go.
And then main card.
Let's go to the main card. Okay.
Shoot. I mean, we already know where Desmond's standing on this.
Man.
Headshot dead.
Headshot dead.
Headshot dead. What are we going with here? What round? Len? Give me how this is going to go.
All right. So realistically, I think for Kobe, it's either to go by decision. I don't think he's gonna stop him with ground and pound. But I think Kobe will be able to take him down. Depending on how Leon's defense holds up, I think he could win. And then I think Rocky's gonna stop him like the 4th or 5th. But if Kobe can win somehow, it's probably gonna be like a grinder fight similar to Jorge. But he couldn't do any damage to Jorge, and I think Leon's a better athlete personally. So I think, and his skill set's a little bit better, so I think he could get up.
Great analysis. George?
I have a prediction in my head that I'm making right now. Trump walks out 5 minutes before Colby Covington comes out. You get synonymous roars from the same fan base. Colby Covington wins by decision and then announces his vice presidency. And I'm not even kidding about that. He already said Trump's going to put the belt on him. So I think he's going to turn around and say, Trump, Mike Pence was a pussy. I want to be your vice president. If this comes true, I said it here first. This is 11:23 a.m. the morning of the fight.
Okay, that's it. You've said it.
You?
Do you know, I think that there's, when it comes to the champ, I think after yesterday, there may have been a little bit of a mental loss on his behalf, because as soon as and you can attest to this, once you start getting emotional in this game, it changes things, right? Does emotion change things if you're stepping into a world title fight in front of the fucking lights?
Yeah, it can, but I think Leon's gonna fucking embrace that dark side and just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was what I was going to say. It can either go two ways. I heard that Leon was in tears backstage yesterday, which is heartbreaking to hear.
Shit, I would be too. Shit.
Yeah, which is heartbreaking to hear. So,
but shit, he gonna take all those tears and all that shit. He gonna remember, and then headshot dead.
yeah.
Speaking of headshot dead, George, want to show the people real quick?
Oh yeah, the true headshot that this is how much this is how much he loves Leon Edwards.
The tough enough cage. I said he's usually the smaller fighter.
Wow. Damn, son. Look at him go. Fuck, good. He still doesn't know where he's at. How did I get down here? You're knocked the fuck out. Wow. Oosh.
I mean, that's just incredible. Great job by Mark getting in there so he didn't have to take any more punishment. The Matrix was going to jump in.
Yeah, that was definitely very.
Step in to save his life here.
We've seen him here.
That was definitely very representable of Leon Edwards knocking out Kamaru Usman. Wow. Now tell me exactly which part of the foot connected with what part of the head.
I think it was a foot. I thought my shin connected, but watching back, it was like the foot.
It was the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what part of the head did it hit? Right on the jawline or behind the ear? Yeah.
It was like the jaw.
Did you know that once it connected that was it over Red Rover?
I saw, because I've seen the body drop before, so it was like a similar motion, but his eyes were still open.
Yeah.
So when I went in for it, I was like, oh, maybe he's not.
Right.
But yeah,
So
he was.
I'd love to feel what that feels like.
I swear to God, bro.
I know I never will, but fuck, I'd love to feel what that.
Sit him down.
Fuck, I'd love to feel what that feels like.
It's pretty chill.
In front of the crowd and the lights and and you get to watch it back and you just fucking,
Yeah.
That's a memory.
Yeah.
That's a core memory.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a lot of them. I'm not sure if they're on camera.
No, and a lot of them I can't remember either. I have to get reminded. But I've had some, a lot of one. Nothing like that. I've never kicked anyone in the head. Yeah, but so man, first of all, I want to say it was awesome talking to you. When George came to me and said that you guys had a little bit of an audio problem and asked me if I'd like to fucking have a chat, I was all over it. Yeah, and I'm really happy that you came in. I like to talk to the younger generation, especially ones that are so accomplished like yourself, that have gone through, a little bit of a struggle and then are coming out and doing these amazing things with sport, representing your country and representing your dad and your people. I think it's really, really commendable. And I like to find out from my guests, what's your message, bro?
Fuck it, we ball. Let's do it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, do it all the way. Don't half-ass it.
That's great. I love that. People just need to fucking believe it and just do it, eh?
Fucking do it. Who cares?
Yeah, right. Where can people find you, bro?
You can find me at Desi Fresh. That's Dezzy 702 at the end too. On all social media platforms.
I like that lower third. Where did that come from?
I'm gonna add it in the other room. Don't worry.
Holy heck. Geez, you get the full treatment when you got this man as an engineer.
Yeah, no, I
yeah.
used a lot of multi-views today. I like it.
You did?
Yeah, all this little shit right here. What other fucking studios got shit like this, bro? What?
know, bro.
Look, I'm just
I didn't
popping
even know.
around.
I didn't
Like,
even
I'm
know if Joe
multi-view.
Rogan's got it.
No. Jamie wishes he was me. You see, he said headshot dead. I fucking pull up the clip. That's how good I am.
All right. Can you be my engineer? Oh, I shouldn't say that because I get in trouble from the I love everybody here. Everyone here is great.
Hey, trust me. They all know I'm the fucking engineer. They all know, all right? I got that title.
bro.
Yeah. Hey, guys, you're looking at my hat. You're thinking, what is it? RizPharma.com, just an online pharmacy. An online pharmacy for your male wellness needs. Are you having penile problems? You can't get hard for mama? Then contact RizPharma.com for your dick hardening needs. Take one in the morning and satisfy the wife at night. No, but seriously, guys, if you're losing your hair, anything to do with male wellness, balding, I can never pronounce it. What is it? Erectile dysfunction?
Yes, ED.
Yeah, ED. These guys are the juggernaut. They get everything online, and if you use my promo code MDS, they're going to give you 15% off your penis pills. So make sure you go onto that. Look, guys, thanks again for listening. I hope you like it. I hope you like what we're doing here, man, because I really enjoy doing it. I want to keep doing it, and I just appreciate the support. Our numbers are just slowly going up every week, little bit by little bit. Slow and steady wins the race. And you know what? We are a small channel. I'm not going to lie. But we're growing weekly, and that's all I can ask for, and it's because of you, so thank you very much. This is Marcus Deegan, shooting from Las Vegas. For the Marcus Deegan Show, we're out! The Marcus Deegan Show!